Hi there everybody, and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this crochet tutorial I will be showing you how to crochet these absolutely beautiful roses. So you can use absolutely any yarn that you like and just use whatever hook size your selected yarn recommends. So it's a 3-row pattern. It's very quick to work up, and it's definitely suitable for a beginner as well. These can be used just on their own as decoration, or you can obviously attach them to things like hats or even blankets. So we're just going to jump straight in. I'm going to be using this same pale pink, but you can use absolutely anything that you like. So you're going to start with your slip knot on your hook, and you're going to do a chain of 66. So yarn over, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you just chain 66. Okay, so once you've completed your foundation chain, you want to find the 6th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this here is my 6th chain. And I'm going to put a UK treble or US double into that stitch. So yarn over and insert into that 6th stitch, yarn over and pull up, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that creates our first V-stitch, but it will become much more obvious as we work along. So this whole row now is going to be V-stitches. So you're going to skip the next 2 chains. So you're going to skip 1 and 2, and into the 3rd you'll do a UK treble or US double, chain 2, and then back into that very same chain you'll do another UK treble. I'll show you one more time. You'll skip 2, and into the 3rd you'll do a V-stitch. So UK treble, chain 2, and UK treble back into that same chain. So you can see now we're starting to work up these V-stitches. So if you pause the video and work that all the way along, skip 2 and V-stitch. So as you get towards the end, you will do your final V-stitch into that very last chain. So treble, chain 2, and treble back into that same chain. Okay, so we've got our row of V-stitches. So we're going to move on to row 2, so you want to chain 2 and turn, and then straight into this very first chain 2 space you're going to put a treble. You want to do a chain 3 this time, and then back into that same chain space you're going to put 2 more UK trebles. So 1 and 2. So we've technically got 4 trebles and a chain 3 all in this space. You're then going to skip to the chain 2 of your next V-stitch, and you will do 2 trebles, chain 3, and back in that same space 2 trebles. So we've basically got a double V-stitch going on this time. So I'll show you one more time. Skip to the chain 2 of your next V-stitch, and you'll do your 2 trebles, chain 3, and 2 trebles back in that same space. Okay, so you'll continue that all the way along, and I'll meet you as you get towards the end. I'm almost at the end now. I've got my double V-stitch there, and you can see I've got this final little V-stitch to work here. It's all those skipped chains from the beginning of the last row. So into that final space you will do your final double V-stitch. Okay, so at this point it should be all curling up like this. That is exactly what you want. And then we are ready now to move on to our 3rd and final row. So we're just going to chain 1 and turn our work around. And then into each of our chain 3 spaces we're going to put 7 UK trebles, and in the little space between our V stitches we will be putting UK double or US single. So into this first chain 3 space here we're going to do 7 UK treble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then into this space between our V stitches, so we've got half of a V stitch here and half of the next one here, and this space in between, you're going to insert your hook and do a UK double or US single. So yarn over and pull through both. And then again, into your next chain 3 space, you will do 7 UK trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then again, in between your V stitches, you'll do a UK double or US single. So you'll repeat that now all the way along, and I will meet you as you get towards the end of your row. I'm almost at the end now. I've done my last double crochet into that space, and then I've got this final V stitch here to work into. So as normal, you'll do your 7 UK trebles into that space. And then you'll do your final UK double crochet into the top of that chain 2 that we did at the beginning of the last round. So into the top of that chain 2 and do your final UK double. At this point you want to chain 1 and then leave yourself quite a long tail for sewing together. Snip off and then pull that long tail through and just tighten up. Now this is how you will be looking at this point. So it's up to you now. There are 2 ways to roll this. So when you've got your stitches facing you, so you can see these shells here, you've got the front and then you've got the back. So start at the opposite end from where your tails are. But if you roll with the shells facing you like this, so the tops of those stitches will naturally face towards you a little bit. And if you start rolling from this end, from this side, and obviously you will just roll, roll all the way. Like so, you will get a tight bud rose like this, okay? So that is if you roll it with the shells facing towards you. You can see they all curl in towards the centre. Okay, so that's the first way you can do it, with the shells facing you. And obviously at this point you will use your long tail to go through all of those stitches. However, if I just unravel this, and again starting on the opposite end from where the tails are, and this time I've got my shells facing away from me. You can see the tops of those stitches are facing away. And if I start to roll this, again you're going to roll it in on itself, but you can see the petals will start to fold outwards. And you can just keep rolling. And that gives you a flatter rose, but all of the petals will face out from the centre. So instead of curling inwards to the centre, these ones will face out, and it's a much flatter rose, as you can see. And then again you will just thread up your long tail and just work the yarn backwards and forwards through the back of your work to hold it all together. So you can roll it whichever way you prefer. You can have them curling in, more like a bud, or you can have them curling out, more of an open rose. That is completely up to you. But again, as I say, you just weave up your long tail and just with your darning needle just go backwards and forwards along your rose, catching it all so that it all stays together. And at that point then you can join it to whatever you're thinking. You can have them as a decoration, pop them on hats, blankets, whatever you like. But that is it for the tutorial. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this one for these beautiful roses. And I will join you and I will see you again for another tutorial really soon. But thank you as always for watching, and bye for now.